Okay, we are hopefully recording. I'm just on a quick ride to drop off a package, which I already did. It's hot. I had to stop to hook up the microphone and such. What we're doing is a test of the microphone and see how the picture is, that sort of thing. So the first part of this is just going to be through town, and it should be more better audio. Second part will be on the road, and third part will be throw everything away if nothing works. So I think I'm getting a lot of noise through the helmet. Gotta be careful around here. I don't want to be going fast. Police are all over this road. A lot of noise through the helmet. I've got all the vents open because it's hot, like 95 degrees, and it's October. Trying to figure this whole mic situation out. So I'm on Bluebonnet, and put about 2,300 miles on it. No, more than that. About 2,600 miles on it since I got it back from the dealer, and I had a problem with it, at which point they made me put all the smog stuff back on, and cat and everything, even though I insisted it wasn't that. And they gave it back to me saying it was done. It was not, and so they ended up having to keep it, and they finally found out that there was a spark plug broken, which I'm still kind of confused about, because every time I've ever had a spark plug go bad on a two-cylinder vehicle, one of the cylinders, whichever one the bad plug is on, drops, and this did not. It just, everything below 3,000 RPM was a nightmare once it warmed up. If it was cold, it was fine, but once it got to operating temperature, it got dangerous. And they replaced the spark plug. They said they checked the valves, which I thought it might be a tight valve, since it started at 1,500 miles, and it only had 1,800 on it when I took it in. And I had done every kind of look I could think of, except I didn't touch anything hard parts on the motor, like pulling spark plug caps or anything. But I checked all the electrical connections and stuff of that nature, which sensors, all of that I figured would probably be the issue. And it wasn't, because so far it's still running good. And it's got all the junk off of it again. Gotta slow down up here because that's the school traffic. Going in to get the kiddies. hard to do 15 miles an hour. In a car you can. Simple. In a bike it wants to wiggle around that low. So when we cross over this light, then we'll get up to speed and I'll see what everything's working like. It's a beautiful day other than being warm. And I missed the light. Bum. So I like the Bonnie. I haven't totally gotten, that's another thing I'm checking today, is the seat. I'm not happy with the suspension. It seems real stiff, but I'm going to give it 5,000 miles and a good break-in, which is probably way more than it should have to break in a suspension. I do have a kind of a thin butt-shaped thing that fits under the woolly booger I've got on the seat, so I'm going to see what that feels like today, although I'm not going real far. Maybe 50 miles or something of that sort. I can hear the wind coming into this thing, so I think the microphone's going to pick it up. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to find anything that cuts it, even though it's got a foam cover over the mic. I'm anxious to get my other helmet and check it, because I put a DJI mic to go along with the DJI. It's the microphone itself to go along with the transmitter and receiver that's in the camera. Nice looking. A lot of homes being built around here. I don't know how people afford them. All a $500,000 and up. There's some antelope out there, a few of them. I doubt you could see them because of the wide angle that I've got the camera on. We'll spread that out. Feels good right now. It'll probably cool down a little bit as we go up here. Trying to loosen my body up. Had a eye issue. Not sure how it happened. Maybe lifting something heavy, but I broke a blood vessel pretty bad in my right eye, and for 10 days I couldn't do anything. Even going outside was hard because of the sun. So I'm just now getting back to being able to do my hikes, and I've only done 2 so far. So I've gained a few pounds from sitting. I was even having to wear amber glasses in the house just to keep any kind of glare down. Pretty good. Kind of nice right now. Nobody's on the road. Everybody behind me pulled off. So far the seat feels pretty good. Of course, if I had a couple of buttocks, I'd be able to sit easier. But I'm a bony butt. Trails go off down here. People come out, go hiking. I've got some suspension coming for Valentina, the Aprilia Tuareg, and should be here sometime next week. So I'll be doing that. I have a feeling my front suspension is got the Tuareg KYB problem, where it is put together wrong at the factory, whoever did the KYB stuff. The rear shock is not too bad. But I decided, since I was going to change the front to cartridges, I'd get a rear shock that has complete adjustment on it and external preload adjustment. Because getting at the Tuareg one, the factory one, is a little bit of a bear when you got old beat up hands like mine. I tried to have the shock from the Olin shock from my Africa Twin redone to put on the Tuareg, save myself some money, but Olin's is a pain in the ass. They didn't even respond to my emails. And I won't buy any more of their suspension, that's for sure. I think I could have, on the Africa Twin, I could have gotten away with just redoing the front suspension on it, have it set up for me and my riding, and it would have been fine. I have the Olin cartridges in the front and the something or another HA or something like that, 46 rear shock, and I don't know, I don't really think it ever was that great. Ooh, slow turn. Did I just go into first? Yeah, the way it's pulling out, I did. Mostly I like to be up a gear to soften the suspension, not load it up as much. So going into a lower gear can sometimes upset things. And the Tuareg works pretty well in second gear. I'd like to maybe change the rear sprocket when I do a chain and such, and maybe drop a tooth or two just to pull second gear down a little lower. And the gearing on this is pretty good. I think I'm at my turnaround point. Maybe I'll go farther down. Kind of a nice ride. Yeah, this is a turnaround point. I got there quicker than I thought because of not having cars in front of me. I'm going to go down towards Jerome. Well, looks like somebody's gone off the road. I think there's a lot of heat comes off the radiator on this thing, because I know when I slow down a lot you can really feel it on my right leg. The Tuareg's the same way. The Tuareg got better without the cat being right in front of your right leg, but there's still a pretty good amount of heat. And of course here it's always hot until true winter shows up. This summer has been a lot longer than normal. Looks like they repaved this. Throttle on this is just a little snatchy. I'd like to do a map on it, but that's one of the things I'm still kind of iffy on, because originally I took everything off and did the map all at one spot, and then I had the problem with it, and that was stupid. Never do a whole bunch of things at once. So when I took everything off the second time, I took everything one at a time, went out, did a 100-mile drive, and since it was good and hot this months that I did it in, when was it, August, July, June, end of June or July, I was sure that there wasn't a problem. And then I just, after I did the cat and everything, I just didn't do the put a map in it. I'd like to give it a little more fuel off idle and then pull the AFR down to somewhere in a reasonable area. 13.8, 14.2 even is a little bit lean, but not like 14.7. The only thing is I don't know what these narrowband O2 sensors operate like with this ECU. If I reset them on a map, will the ECU follow the map, or will it change with the reading from the O2 sensor, since they're narrow? And to put the wide bands in, I got to go to something like Power Commander, which I wouldn't mind doing, but you got to pull the exhaust back off and cut the, either plug the 12mm narrowband sensors and then weld in some 18mm sensors, and it's just a lot of trouble, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Down in the Cottonwood, I'm going to turn around up here at the lookout point. Yeah, it looks like the fire up in the Mogollon, I forget how you say it, Mogollon Rim above Payson is still going. Started from lightning, and they got it under control, I thought, but that looks like it's not under control. And they had started to do a they decided to do a burn-off to try to help for the rest of the year. Nice here when there's no traffic. Once the snow starts coming up here, it'll get a little bit tricky to ride and very cold. At least it doesn't snow for 9 months. You know, you got a couple of months, 2 to 3 months as a general rule, and the temperatures are still in the normal areas. Cottonwood, down in where I'm at in Payson, or not Payson, Prescott area, it's still rideable. I got my heated gear, and that makes it comfortable. It'll be interesting to see whether this wind noise is going into the mic. I don't know what else to do. I played with the transmitter and receivers and changed to 2 or 3 mics to try it out. So the next one, in my other helmet, I actually bought the DJI lapel mic, lavalier, and I'm going to try it. The main thing I want is just to have a little bit of conversation and enjoy the ride. On the Tuareg, I'll want, of course, good off-road video, and I don't really do a lot of talking when I'm in the off-road, but till I scream when I fall. Pay attention. This thing works pretty good, but I think could stand some suspension. get a lot of hard pushback if you hit hard bumps. See all the slag over there from the mining up here in the Jerome area. Back in the old days, cowboy days. Verity Valley, home of Cottonwood, Jerome, the old mining town. And here's my lookout point where I can stop, turn around. Oh no, don't tell me this guy's gonna go. I gotta get out from behind him or before him. Whoa. There we go. I don't know which way he's going, but I don't want to be behind him. Shouldn't even be coming up this way. Yeah, it became this way. I'm glad I went through.